Hello, this is Payal Nanjiani, inspirational leadership trainer and a success mindset leadership coach, back once again with a powerful discussion for leaders, how to be a peak performer. Now, when I meet leaders and decision makers globally, some of the questions revolve around: why does business not scale up more than expected? How should I move ahead in my career? Why am I stuck at a certain level? How do I get my teams motivated and passionate? Why don't they come in every single day with that passion to work? Now, all of us have set up certain standards when it comes to performance, and nowadays the corporate and the business world is looking to go beyond that standard. So how do you really achieve those standards, go beyond it, and start to become a peak performer? But again, coming back to those leaders and the decision makers and the conversation that we have, so my question to them has always been that if they could change something in their organization, if they could change something in the people around them, what would they change? And you will be surprised that there has been a common answer among all of them: attitude. Attitude is something that they felt must be changed at all the levels. So now what happens is, leaders are looking to change the attitude of their people. People are looking to change the attitude of their leaders. And all in all, everyone is looking to change the attitude of the company. And everyone is trying to do it and looking around, trying to find that attitude, but are not able to. So when we talk about peak performance, really reaching that height and how it feels to be a peak performer, when we talk about that, before it, my question to all of you is, think about the work environment today. Just think about your own work environment, or look around you and look around the corporate world. Do you find high pressure of the work, negative environment, changes and disruptions happening at the like a blink of the eye? A lot of demand to meet targets, to go beyond targets, to actually, you feel pressurized to deliver more, you feel pressurized to be a high achiever, because that's what the competition is going around. And if any of this resonates with you, friends, be rest assured, all of us, consciously or unconsciously, are now working with a preoccupied and a pressurized mind. Now, when I talk about a preoccupied and a pressurized mind, you'll be amazed at what this mind does and how it affects our work. Watch this, okay? Now, a preoccupied and a pressurized mind creates low energy. This low energy creates a low attitude. A low attitude creates low results, and low results again gets you back to a preoccupied and a pressurized mind. Now the cycle continues. The cycle doesn't stop here, okay? The cycle continues. All of us as managers, leaders, teams, all of us are, trapped in this cycle day in and day out. And it is this cycle that also leads to a high turnover, a high staff turnover, because you are going to be pushing your teams, you're going to be pushing yourself. Everybody is in this cycle with a pressurized mind and everything going around with all the pressure around. So this leads to high staff turnover, and this is one of the major causes today of why people are stuck where they are, why business does not scale up more than it is expected, why are teams feeling low. Now, can this cycle be changed? Definitely. And how does one change it? So if you look back again at this cycle and you start with your pressurized mind or the pressure around you, can that be changed? Absolutely not. In fact, that is not in your control. You have no control about the pressure that is happening around you and the work environment around you. In fact, it's only going to increase. It is we who have to start to work to meet these demands now. So that is absolutely not in the control. Gone. Low energy. What about that? That's something that is definitely, you can change it. 101%. And how do you start to work on that? Every single day that you come to work, ask yourself, how do I feel today? What's my energy level? How do I meet people at work? How do I greet them? These are some of the very important questions to ask yourself, friends. Because, and I know many of us must be thinking that, just by me changing my energy, how does it change everything around me? I'm not the one who's going to be able to change everything around me. Now, this reminds me of a very powerful quote that Mother Teresa had said: "Alone, you cannot change the world. Alone, you cannot change the world, but you can definitely cast a stone across the river to create the ripples. That's the exact ripples, friends, that you have to create. You starting with the high energy will 101% create that ripple, and it will pass down to the teams, it will pass down to the organization, and it will come back to you wherever you are with what you have. Once you start managing the energy, it's all going to be taken care of. What matters is how we start to break the cycle. As if any of you have seen my earlier video on possibility finder, I had mentioned that it's not the companies which that's negative. It is we as people who bring in that negativity into the organization and pass it around. That is created by our energy. As leaders, you are the powerhouse of energy. Today you are, you have reached a certain level and you can go much beyond. You will find a lot of contentment in your passion and talent when your energy is fully utilized. I encourage you leaders to move from conversation to action. I'm going to leave you with 3 action steps, and I would really love to see your comments in the comment box as to what were these actions that you took, what are some of your answers, what are some of the topics also that you would like to hear from us. But for now, from conversation to action, what are the 3 questions that you are going to work on? What's the area in your work right now that you are stuck in or really want to improve at? Identify it. Write it down. Step 2. What are some of the things you have done that have got you stuck? Number 3. What do you want to achieve? Where do you see yourself? Identify these and write them down. Friends, I leave you once again with these action plans with the hope of seeing a lot of comments in the comment box as to what were your answers to these questions, what steps you are going to take, where exactly you are stuck. Write to us. We would love to help you to go beyond the skill sets and onto the mindset of leadership. Once again, leaving you with lots of success. This is Payal Nanjiani.